Hello, everyone. So we are back again with Coke Studio Pakistan, and this time we are listening to the first track, which we should have reviewed way back, but unfortunately we couldn't. And I think it's good in a sense that it has given us ample time to
To
digest it.
digest it.
Yeah, to
Yeah.
digest it. And Haris mentioned in the last video that it has trumped all the tracks of Coke Studio season 15 so far, and I would love to know why. I have
Yeah.
actually started to appreciate this track myself a bit more, but we'll talk about it, shall we?
Yeah. Before we move on, for people who are joining it for the first time, I just want to mention that this is not a reaction channel.
Hmm.
This is something that we, two friends, we talk about what we love. We talk about what
Absolutely.
music we love, and this is a conversation about this track. So
Absolutely.
please treat it that way.
Hmm.
It's not like we would want to watch it for the first time and react to it.
Hmm.
It is not that. But yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah.
should we?
Yep. Let's start that.
Three, two, one, play.
Coke Studio, Season 15.
Every shot is so mesmerizing of this track.
Just a disclaimer, I have become a fan of Awais Gohar after watching a couple of his videos this season.
Oh, the level of direction is oh, and this particular shot is, if you know the context,
Mm.
I mean the level of detail
Detail.
is, this really is handmade. This
Hmm.
Coke Studio,
Yeah.
handmade. It's attention to detail is,
Phenomenal.
look at that. I don't know why they used Banjo here. Banjo.
Mm.
Like,
I love this guy. Noman Ali Rajper, I just love him.
and the lyrics, man. The lyrics. At this part, he delivers with so much humbleness.
It gives you goosebumps, literally.
Yeah. Mangi on the mic. मुझे मानू मार मुझे इंतजार में हथा मेरी वो आशा बैठ मारनी जिया हो जाए मारो खटिया हिक रात में सरो संसार के दिखा इंसान में हल हाने कर पे जो कमाल छा जो इंतजार सरियो काफलो जा दुख मिल्या कर कड तू मन मबा केंजी न मजारा हण पे जो धमाल सही मां कंदो गाला लखजी अजकल जी कामयाबी हिकई दकजी एडी बदाई बकेरे कमजी मुखम पे चो माता कंदो गाला कजी अथी दिल में जेको भी गाए जेको भी
Costumes that they
चाहे
have used.
दिखा
Every band member's costume.
ख्वाब के कायम सोच सपान के टाइम जिंदगी हलंदी रहंदी रुकंदी कदे भी ना है बटवरा के स्टाइल सुमंदे पावन में बैठो तू आसमान चुमंदे जरे बीठी नी ड्रॉप छा तू जुमंदे पंजे जैसे के ते लाड़काण घुमंदे
खबर के वकोड़े होतई पानी के बोड़े होतई तो के ये मोटन दे दिसी जैती सारी खुदाई
आई 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 मानु पटते किए सुमा सेष्टे मा आई 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 पॉप पूरा ना है वो पेन कैश ने मा आई 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 लाइट्स ऑन ना वीडियो ऑन स्टेज ते मा
Love this shot. Love it.
It fits with the poetry. If you
So, it fits with the narrative.
narrative.
This is the Marvi.
Yep.
She's coming back
Yep,
from her
yep.
victory.
Winner season to undhai vaili mujo ranal poto pal sai vaili
I love her smile.
season to undhai vaili mujo ranal poto pal sai vaili khabal ke to khabal kharya jagi baya kai kharwara kafle mein utanha nae gada da sab ka kanwara falsafo zindagi ke din hota hi koi bhi na to pyara to ke ye mot de si jayati sari khudai
The attire is so authentic, especially about the men. The shalwar kameez is so authentic.
Every
that.
single thing. Every single thing.
The space given to the brilliance. The brilliance. The brilliance. All right. All right. Disclaimer. We both are born and raised in that region. And we know nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Right, so we are born and raised. Although, I mean, Sindhi language is something that we learned in the schools. We don't speak it. We might understand some of it.
Slightly, yeah.
Right, right. Yeah, and the culture-wise, I mean, we do know a lot of these things, but this is so otherworldly in a sense where the borders of these cultural divide are so hard between rural and urban areas.
Absolutely.
Right?
I wasn't exposed to this part of Sindh, honestly. I mean, I may have read it in the textbook.
We have seen Thur, we have known Thur. We know that this is the culture of Thur or interior Sindh. But haven't experienced it at a level where we should have, because we have spent 2.5 decades or more growing up in that region.
Absolutely.
Anyways, so I mentioned in another conversation that as season goes on, we keep listening to tracks, and your favorites change over time. And right now, I is my absolute favorite. Not because of the visuals, not because of the authenticity of this track, but because of the lyrics. The lyrics. Oh my God, the lyrics. Because let me tell you what happened when I first heard it. When I first heard it, I felt like this is what was the second track of season 14?
Yeah, Kanayari. That's what I mentioned to you.
Yeah. So it's like Kanayari 2.0. It's another episode of Kanayari. It had all the elements of Kanayari, where you have folk singers, where you have
rapper in the middle.
A rapper, and the transitions were very similar as well. The transitions, was everything felt like it's Kanayari 2.0. Or the second episode to Kanayari, where you had Balochi, now you have Sindhi, which is also like very close culturally as well, right? Border-wise as well. So that's what I felt. But then, at some points you have to drop all the comparisons and then try to consume the content itself, what it is. And then the first time I heard it, it was in Sindhi. I was picking something up, something not. But then I sat down to read the lyrics, and man, I was blown away. I was blown away. The first part about Let me just read a couple of lines. What must I do? What must I not? Do not tell me. Consent cannot be forcefully sought. Right? So and the way he delivered Noman, Noman delivered these lines in the beginning with such humbleness that I am my own companion. I am my own cheerleader. No one came to support me when I needed that, so I became my own champion. And the way he delivered it with such humbleness was so beautifully done, like so beautifully done. And then Mangi comes in with that swag, telling you, what, I don't care about it. So he comes in with the youthfulness of rebellion, that I'm gonna do my thing. I don't care about the world. I don't care about what anyone else thinks. I believe in myself, and you should believe in yourself as well. The narrative. The lyrics about resilience, as Xulfi says, of the people, it's just brilliant. It just blew me away.
Yeah.
And that's what makes this my favorite.
Yeah. So you are spot on. I think when I listened to it, you might remember our conversation. I wasn't that impressed in the beginning because that was the first song of this season, and I was probably my expectations after
Of
ending
course, they're
season
always
14
high.
were really high because of season 14 naturally. And when this track dropped, I was looking forward to it because of obvious reasons, that it was the first track, but also I was looking forward to listening to Noman because I've followed his musical journey a bit since Pepsi Battle of the Bands time, although he must be doing it way before, way before.
Yeah. 15 years, as he mentions.
Yeah, absolutely. But when I listened to it, I also felt that it's Aayi Aayi 2.0, or probably they have used the same template in terms of arrangement to maybe make a familiar sound for the audience to rejuvenate that memory of season 14 and maybe get the same feels, get into the same zone. And
I must mention that even if the intention must not have been this, probably right?
not, yeah.
But even then, it was so enjoyable. I mean, instrumentally, musically, lyrics wise, everything, the rap, everything. Even if you don't understand the language, it was immensely enjoyable.
Absolutely. And then, as you said, I listened to it multiple times. It grew on me because of the lyrics. I came to know about the lyrics a bit later because I was just enjoying the arrangement, and it felt that the song was about the celebration because I didn't understand. I could catch parts of it. I visualized this song as a celebration song of some sort, but then when I listened to the track, looking at the lyrics, it exponentially increased the meaning and the purpose of this track for me. It basically like an eye-opening moment for me at that point. So it's not merely a celebration of culture. It's in the magical journey. You must have seen that they have took the story of Omar Marvi, the folklore that they have, and when you think about it, how deeply they have integrated into this particular lyrics, it all makes sense. And I was just mesmerized the way I have to give it to Xulfi that he actually
Absolutely.
he brought in Noman, and he gave the entire playing ground to him to just experiment,
The
do
creative
whatever
freedom.
the creative freedom that he gave him. He scouted those two ladies, he brought them, trained them, sang with them, practiced with them numerous times, and then this made this song his own. So that was the
Yeah.
best bit for me. I can really feel how, not really feel, but I hope I could feel how Noman must have felt just going through this particular experience after so much struggle. And I know
Yeah.
because listening to the Pepsi Battle of the Bands track, the band was rejected. They couldn't make to the next round, and then they went on their own, creating their own music. And finally, he got to the biggest stage that he could ever have imagined. And he truly justified it, truly justified it. He has penned the lyrics as well. He has played part in the arrangements, and his vocals are always phenomenal, always spot on whenever you sing. He is deeply rooted to the Sindhi culture, the folklore, to the Sufism, and it reflects in his voice, his emotions as well, and that plays a huge part in this track for me.
Yeah, I mean, again, in the beginning and throughout the track, the amount of heart and emotion that he has poured into it, right? I mean, that shows. But coming back to your point where, the level of thoughtfulness, the level of the attention to detail, that has went into it. Even Xulfi said that, while we are out and about showcasing the culture of resilience and everything, we're not going to leave any stone unturned.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I mean, you can see in this track that nothing was left out. Even the peacock is so Sindhi.
Yeah.
It's so much an animal of third that when we imagine third, we do imagine that the peacocks are roaming around.
Yeah, absolutely. They flew in people, the authentic people, the ladies, they flew in from the Umarkot region.
Absolutely. I mean the clothes, rallies, what you call it, right? Everything was handmade.
Yeah.
But what was most authentic was the clothing that men wore.
Yep.
So even if the women are like adorned with a lot of accessories and all, which are mostly like 99% authentic, what men wore was like straight out of our like normal closet.
Yeah.
So while keeping it authentic, they display the showcase of the culture. And to begin with this track with that level of display was brilliant. I mean, you as you said, as I said, that you come to realize this after not in the beginning, after you have like properly digested this track.
Yeah. You mentioned in Coke Studio Bangla's track Tati, I vividly remember that Bangladesh is exporting their culture through these tracks, through this musical journey that they are creating of their own. And this song is actually the example of that, exporting.
So actually, Coke Studio Pakistan has been the biggest cultural exporter. Before that there was Janoon, there was Vital Signs, there was Nusrat Ali Khan. We have had those names who did export culture at a massive level.
Massive level.
But since them, Coke Studio is the pretty much only culture exporter of Pakistan. Since the very, very beginning. And again, when it comes to exporting culture, this time around, it's the theme is sound of the nation.
Yep.
Right. You see that in Hercule. You see that whether it's cultural, whether it's remote culture, whether it's a specific aspect of society. You see that in 2 AM, you see that in Hercule, you see that in Blockbuster, Chal Chaliye, it's being covered from all angles. But again, the level of coverage is something that I did not expect and blew me away.
Absolutely. I mean, we have always mentioned reviewing or listening to the tracks of Coke Studio Pakistan that if we talk about the video and the entire backstage team, probably it will take another video just to discuss the brilliance that they have put in. And I think we can simply say hats off to each and every member who has put so much effort, so much attention to detail in every track through and through. We probably are not covering your effort that much, but I think it reflects in every single visual you see. It reflects and people know. So yeah, I think let's conclude it over here. I know probably it will shift in the list of favorite tracks for this season for me as well. For you, it already has. But let us know your thoughts.
They keep moving, right?
They keep moving.
Throughout the season, and even after the season, when you go through the whole season once again, and then you reevaluate everything, it changes. So we will talk about that.
Absolutely. All right, folks, let us know your thoughts around it, what you make up of it. We have reviewed it after a very long time, but thankfully we got to it. So Thank you so much once again for listening to us, and we'll catch up on the next one then. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.